remember we went to Acon for the first time. There's a picture with me with some cosplayers from Kill la Kill. Yeah, I'm giving you full permission to post it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dude, You Never Told Me. I'm Devante, your guest. No, I am the host.
You are the host.
And then we have my best friend, Anthony.
What's up, guys? My name's Anthony. It's always good to be talking with us. Alex is, I guess, busy at the moment, and so it would just be us two. So last week was just me and Alex. This week will be just me and Devante.
For sure. Man, so I missed last week. Why did I miss last week?
What did you miss last week? You have a new background, too. Maybe coincidental?
Oh, that's right. Dude, I'm telling you, my mind is like forever in limbo right now. But Welcome, everybody, to my new setup. I am in my new home. Thank you for letting me miss last week so I can get settled into my new home.
I mean, we spent 2 episodes talking about your house, so it's only fair. I'm glad we got to see it.
Well, now you get to see the background. You can see my fish right here. There's actually 2 of them. It's nice. I got a moving background, some lights, whatnot. But looking forward to what is to come within our new home.
How was the move process?
Man, so moving was good. It was quick. We moved within like probably 4 hours.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty quick. And then I was helping them because I wanted to move faster, right?
Yeah.
And it's like time is money, literally. And then by Wednesday, this past Wednesday, yesterday, we got settled in. So we unpacked everything.
That's really fast.
Real quick, man. Me and Wakana do not play around when it comes to having like everything in order and whatnot. Like we want to be comfortable and cozy. That's
I'm the opposite of that. So when I moved to this current house, it was like we unpacked, we got everything ready. But when I moved into my apartment with my at the time girlfriend, now wife, it was like the slowest unpack. We just unpacked because it was when we first moved in together. So we had all of my stuff and all of her stuff from our college apartments. Yeah, and it just took us so long to like put everything out, to like merge all of our stuff together. Like I kept most of my stuff in boxes still because I was like,
oh, don't worry.
I don't want to ruin my girlfriend's interior design decor with my nerdy stuff. Like I have a huge poster of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman that I had in college, and I was like, it feels out of place. It feels like I don't want to make this apartment too college-y.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I'm the same way too. I haven't even put up any of my posters because talking as like I want to make sure to put everything in a certain place, like really think it out. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna hold off on my stuff until we get all the stuff done. But,
do you have an aesthetic you want for your house?
Whatever Wakana wants, man. Nice. I just take control of my office and the rest of the house is hers, and I just do the maintenance and live here. But yeah, it's been very tiring, man. You never told me that I would be this tired after I would move in.
It's not only tired, but you also realize like how much random stuff you own and you just like, populated
just everywhere, dude. I'm especially me because I have a bunch of trinkets.
Yeah,
like like just stuff that you would put in like display shelves.
Yeah,
and putting all those up was like it took so long because you're trying to put it into the individual boxes.
You want to make sure it doesn't break. Make sure you have all the pieces. I think
it was a hassle.
For me, I underestimate is how much kitchen stuff I have. The kitchen for me always takes the longest to move out. I have so many water bottles, so many appliances that I've kept away, random plates and stuff like that. Like, do I really need this plastic plate? But like, I still have it.
Yes, that was probably the most stuff that we had in our house was kitchen stuff.
Kitchen stuff, yeah.
Just straight kitchen boxes. Like, I was like, man.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff.
When I moved out of my apartment, I thought cleaning out the kitchen would be like an hour at max. Just throw everything in like a box, move it there. That's kitchen like took me like I'm so glad I gave myself like 2 months to move in from apartment to a house because that kitchen just took forever. I was just like, there's so much random stuff. I have so much like spatulas, so many like tongs for cooking.
Spatulas.
Yeah, I was like, I don't. The number of times I've used these are like so small.
No, I feel you, man. There's like you start digging through everything, like
Yeah.
all, like you said, all the way in the back, and you're like, I didn't even know I had this. Like, you start giving stuff away. But
yeah, you use the time to purge some of your old things you don't use.
Yeah, definitely purged a lot, and now we can just start anew.
Nice.
So
welcome to.
yeah, we're ready.
I'm
ready
gonna
to start, dog.
Yeah, welcome to. I'm gonna spend $1,000 for just random house stuff every single month. You doesn't. It keeps out like furniture, $1,000. You know,
easy.
Lawn
Easily
care,
$1,000,
$500 a month. You know,
Yep.
buy. It's like, you know, you have to get all the lawnmower. You have to get all like the clipping tools. Everything just costs money after money. You no longer can call a maintenance person to do it for you. It's all you.
I am the
It's all you.
It's such a hassle.
How do I clean this? Like, I might as well Google it. Might as well YouTube
Google it. YouTube is your best friend for all this stuff, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been tiring, but now I'm sitting like Thanos. You know, I'm finally on my island, my planet, and I can just chill and relax.
How was the first night sleeping in your new home?
Bro, I was passed out because I was so tired. I straight up passed out. I was out like a light. Like I was gone.
How about when you woke up and walked into like your living room kitchen? Did it feel weird?
You know, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, because I was just it was a moment of realization, like, this is my place.
This is the new normal. This is
this is it. Like, this is what I've been waiting for so long, and now I get to experience it. And I'm like, this is nice. This is nice. I own this place. Yeah. You know? So it's been a really like eye-opening experience moving into a home and settling in, and now being a homeowner. And I'm looking forward to the tips and tricks that I can learn to pass down to new homeowners as well, just like you guys did for me. Yeah,
but you know, me and Alex have owned our home for a couple of months by the time you got your home, so we're all learning. I think we're all at the same stage of just like learning how to take care of a house.
Yeah, just a bit, but I mean, you guys gave me some good advice. So, but that's enough about the house stuff. Now it's time for the real talk.
Yeah, what are we talking
Anthony,
about?
Our friendship is on the line tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about how we met? Should we talk about our meet cute?
Yeah. How do we met, man? So unlike Anthony and Alex, they've known each other since forever, pretty much.
We've known each other for years.
I did not have the pleasure of meeting Anthony until senior year of high school, and that was
my darkest moments. You met me at my lowest point in high school.
Yeah, and it's only been uphill since. Right. It's only been uphill since. So, up and to the right.
For everyone listening, I met Devante basically the senior year after I had a breakup with my girlfriend for like three school years, but realistically like 2.5 years. But you know, in high school, that's like a long time.
Yeah, it is.
But we broke up at the end of junior year, and then summer was like, I was like low. I was like, oh, I'm so sad. I was like emo. You know the song "It Ends Tonight" by
that was a song
All
back
American
then,
Rejects. Dude, that was my breakup anthem. I would just say like, in darkness turns to light. So I was worried that I would enter like, you know, because you know that she was basically who I hung out with for like for 3 school years. You know, for every lunch, you know, I'll leave out on the weekends. Like I kind of made my entire like 3 high school years about hanging out with her. So I was so scared that I was gonna be super alone, all by myself senior year. I only really had like one other, like, you know, a few other friends, you know, one of them being Alex. And so, you know, Alex invited me out to lunch senior year, and that's how I met Devante. I mean, I think I've known about you, but I never actually like knew you.
Yeah, I think we had known about you. I mean, because, you know, we hung out in the same friend group even after we met. And so, like, I feel like, yeah, I had known about you, but I never really got to sit down and talk with you until the McDonald's. Like, I remember we went to McDonald's like during the Monopoly season. Yeah. And I was getting free fries and stuff because I was lucky. But I was like, Alex, who are we meeting, man? Why are you taking me to McDonald's? And then he's like, I'll buy lunch, man. And I was like, oh, okay. We're talking free food? Okay, let's go.
Oh, so I was a chore to meet, huh?
well, I had never met you, you know,
Fair.
and at the time, like for me to go off campus, like I was a very timid person,
Yeah.
and so for me to go off campus, even though I was a senior, like I don't know, I just wasn't used to it, and so I was like, sure, man, if you're buying lunch, let's go. And then that was the first time that I had met you, was at that McDonald's down the street.
I think the way Alex sold it to me was I was going to meet a couple buddy of his. And so I was like, cool, that's fine. I mean, I'm literally entering, like, I thought I would be eating high school by lunch by myself senior year. So I was like full unprepared for that. But then, you know, I met you, and I don't remember the other person I met, but
I think it was, it might have been our other friend, but definitely you were not eating alone senior year.
We had so much.
We had so much stuff the senior year. Now that I think about it.
All right, but before we did, I want to ask, what was your first impression of me when you first met me?
You know, I don't even remember my first impression of you. To be honest with you, I just remember having a good conversation. Like I don't remember what we talked about, but I remember the feeling that I had whenever I first met you and we sat down. Like it felt like you're already one of my friends. Like it didn't even feel like, oh, I'm meeting you for the first time. It was more like, oh yeah, this is kind of a nostalgic feeling of I already feel like I already kind of know this guy and where he's coming from. And I feel like it was a seamless transition into a friendship.
Nice. Yeah, I felt like pretty comfortable. I thought you were a really cool person. You know, we were all laughing and just like joking around, and we were super excited to win like a free fry from McDonald's, which is like the lowest of the free prices you can get from that Monopoly game. So it was good. But yeah, we went on some really interesting, you know, high school journeys. You know, do you have any highlights you want to share with our listeners?
You know, for you, Anthony, it probably the biggest highlight. Well, that I will never forget. Is of course, well, it's the last day of high school, of course.
Last day of
our graduation. Yeah, our the longest day of high school.
The longest day.
We literally graduated and then went to Six Flags, went to a movie that night. Like that was the longest 24 hours that I have spent. Like within a 24-hour span, we probably spent like 20 hours together because we went to main event and then we didn't get home till like 4 o'clock, and then we started the next day at like 10 o'clock and you picked me up. So definitely was like the longest 24 hours. But before that, I think one of the best times that I was like, oh, Anthony is on a different level. Like in terms of different level, I meant like smart. Was whenever we're playing like Dungeons and Dragons, like during lunch.
Sure, yeah.
And then I was like, how the heck is Anthony coming up with all these strategies? Like, I'm like, why? Like, you know, I'm probably like the fighter in the group, in the shield, and then you're like, you know, you're like directing all of us. You're like, okay, you guys will go this direction, and then like we'll go this direction, and then this is how we're gonna like go about like attacking and stuff. And I was like, oh snap, Anthony he's already got the whole plan, dude. Like
I watch too much you'll play too many video games. I just kind of have a knack for it.
Yeah, when you did that, I was like, oh snap, okay, Anthony's really smart. And then the other part was our math class. We had math class together, and then we would like kind of mess around in there, you know, because we had some good times in Miss In's class, you know. I was like, okay, we had some good times in there, and that led to ASA, you know,
Asian Student Association.
Asian Student Association, and I think it was you, me, and was it JH? That was
JT. It was JT.
JT. Okay.
Yeah. For some reason, they all left. You know, they all did another club, and it was just like us three. We stuck together. We actually tried to organize the association.
And we did really well.
We hosted events. We planned stuff.
I think the biggest planning was when we went to the botanical gardens.
That or the Christmas party.
The Christmas party was really fun.
That was
all the egg rolls and stuff.
Yeah. Who brought those egg rolls in?
I think it was Miss N.
Our sponsor? Okay, yeah. I think so.
I think she bought it and then brought it over.
Yeah,
that was probably the highlights of
high school.
Like of high school with you, aside like inside of high school.
Yeah.
But the biggest highlight, I'm just going on a highlight reel, is when we would go to Alex's house and we would just play Yu-Gi-Oh forever.
Yeah.
Like we would for hours on end. Like we would just sit there, build decks, and then just go against each other, you know, every time. I think that was probably like the funnest times.
Do you know even how we got back into Yu-Gi-Oh?
I probably might have brought you guys back into Yu-Gi-Oh somehow.
I thought it was one of our other friends, like in high school. Because I think I mentioned that, like, I saw my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and we're like, let's just bring them and see what happens. You know, we were just sharing, and they were like, what if we played a game again? And then we played it, and they're like, this is actually kind of fun. We're having a blast.
Because we're playing Dual Network, I think it was called.
Yeah, the one where you can build your own deck.
Any deck you wanted. Yeah. It was like literally no rules. Like you'd have to stick to your own rule, or you would have to know the rules and stick to it in order to play. But yeah, that was, man, that's like nostalgia. And I would play like Tetris.
I remember in that class you would play Tetris, and like all of our downtime we would play. I'm trying to think, like, I feel like we hung out for lunch a lot, and that's how we became like pretty close friends, just like hanging out for lunch either at Miss N's classroom or oh god, I'm drawing a blank. Mr. T's classroom for lunch. We'd go over to like China Express, buy like a $5 lunch bowl, and then we would just like
those
eat
things
it there.
Are so unhealthy for you, but
talk. Yeah, but we were in high school though; it didn't matter. I think I have a photo of us from high school time. This might have been the same night as a graduation.
Oh,
this one. No, this one you posted.
No, that's prom.
Yes, this prom. What about this one?
That one I don't remember, man. I don't remember where that one's from.
Look at this. Look at how funny. Look how bullish my hair was back then. Look at this. And compared to now, that was me, and then that was Devante.
I still look the same. I mean, I guess a little more mature now, but we're still looking good, young and handsome, my guy.
So the one you posted for our Insta story, this is from prom.
Yep, that's after prom. We're at IHOP.
Okay, I remember that. And then what other photo do we have of each other? I think I have one more photo, maybe. Here it is. Oops, let me hide this one. Oh, this one. Let's bring it closer.
Yeah, that one we were at like Walmart. I don't know what we were doing. We're probably buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
In two of these pictures, I think you're wearing the same jacket.
I am.
Nice, your Letterman jacket. This had to be during winter of high school year, because my face was really red, and that was during the winter time, I think.
Yeah. Good times. Enough about high school. Well, actually, one more question.
Yeah.
What was your highlight from high school?
Highlights? Definitely planning all of our student association events. I think I definitely couldn't have done it without you and JT kind of, being playing right next side of me. And when we did the Japanese, like, it was like a Japanese, was it some sort of festival, some sort of like thing? Because it was like stands and booths. We had took photos and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Dang, I forgot about that one.
I thought it was the coolest thing. So like we all got there. I think we drove separately. I think you were driving people. We got there and you walk in and we went to him on the booth and you started speaking Japanese as if you knew the person, and you did. You knew all of them. And I was like, man, that's so cool. Just so much swagger to like go up and just like start talking casually about it.
Hey, the Japanese are a tight-knit community, man. We got each other on lockdown. I see. Well, enough about high school, man. College was a time that me and Anthony went our separate ways. For the audience. Anthony ended up going to UT Austin, and I ended up going to UT Dallas. Whoosh. But
I gotta do this. We're ranked number 1 in college football, so y'all can suck it.
Yeah, we are undefeated. My college team is undefeated.
And sport?
I can only say that because we don't have a college football team, so we will forever be undefeated until we do.
And winless.
Yeah, we're winless. We're 0 for 0. We're 0 for 0.
All right.
But yeah, that's where we separated. But during our college careers, I think it was my sophomore year,
You went
my
over
sophomore year
twice. You
and
came
junior
twice.
year.
No, freshman, sophomore.
Or freshman, sophomore year was whenever I would go down to Austin because our school would get out before their school. And so at the time, one of my friends, his girlfriend was going to UT Austin. And so I would hitch a ride with him because my car would not have made it to Austin. So I would hitch a ride with him. And then I would go to Austin to go see Anthony and JT and the crew.
See, I knew you were a true friend because you slept on the ground of our dorm room just to hang out with us.
Bro, I was talking to Walker earlier, and I was like, I can't remember where I slept. Like, I just cannot remember. And I did sleep on the ground.
You slept on the hard tile in probably like a sleeping bag that you brought. That's like true friendship, you know? Because man, our beds were not that comfy, but like you slept on the ground. I was like, dang.
I gotta give the audience a picture. Like, imagine like a 12 by 12, like a 12 feet by 12 feet room, and then there's like two twins on both sides, and then like a desk in the middle, and then on the floor you see me like on my laptop like playing League of Legends. And then that's when Anthony started playing too.
But we did upgrade we moved me and JT, we moved out of the dorms and into an apartment, and then we had like a futon couch which you slept on, or I think you brought your air mattress, Ned, in our sophomore year.
Air mattress, yeah.
But yeah, you came to visit us twice in Austin, which was really, really thoughtful of you. And I was trying to think of what were some of the adventures we did. I know we had our Junai trip where you ate so much they threatened to kick us out.
Junai trip, and what's that other restaurant? There's like they had pineapple fried rice.
Madam Mams.
Madam Mams. That place was good, dude. Yeah. I need to go back there.
They moved locations.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're
same owner.
I think same owner. Yeah, they moved it off of Guadalupe and into more of like I think moved into like closer to the West Campus apartments.
I think there was another random night that I like remembered. You and me went to like a fraternity party.
Oh yeah. I'll say you came. Oh my gosh, I guess maybe you did come during. No, this is still like this is still sophomore, and so that's when I started hanging out with some of like the fraternity people a bit more, like the Asian fraternities, and so I invited you and we hung out at one of their parties. I remember we got yelled at by one of them because we were being too loud, but you were cool. You were like you were charming all of the people. They asked if you were a UT student, if you wanted to rush their fraternity.
Nah. At the time, I could not picture myself to be a fraternity person. Like I never in a million years would have thought that I would join a fraternity.
Yeah.
But I did. Let alone start one.
You did. But I think that was when I took you to Ken's Donuts, the legendary,
the legendary donuts.
So dirty that the food tastes great donuts.
Hey, it was good though.
It was good.
And we went at like midnight or like at night.
Yeah, at least like midnight, 2 a.m. They're open 24/7, so you can go whenever.
Yeah. That's when I fell in love with those dirty donuts.
Yeah. But those are times that we shared together, but like we gotta fill each other into what happened in the times we weren't hanging out together. Because in high school, senior year, and even the summer between senior year, we like you, me, Alex, like our core group, we hung out like all the time. Like, the summer
until we left.
Pretty much like every single weekend we all hung out together. And then we went off to college, and then we all not drifted apart, but we kind of did. We kind of we had our own lives. We did our own thing. I stopped coming back to Fort Worth for the summer. I got a summer job in Austin. I did IT work, and then I kind of stayed there. And so we hung out a bit less during the college time. And so you gotta fill me in. Like any fun stories from college?
Man, fun stories, huh? So yeah, I have a couple. I don't know.
All right, you tell one, and then I'll tell one. Yeah.
All right. So, how far do I want to get into it, and how much do I want to tell?
Enough for it to be fun, not enough for you to get in trouble.
All right. So there's one instance where I had finally started living with roommates.
Okay.
And I started living with roommates junior year of college. And, this is my first time living with people my same age, roommates. So there's 2 in each room. So it's 4 of us. And we're living on the college campus. It's like the apartments for the college campus. And during that time, like these roommates, like I asked them like, hey, could you be my roommate? And they're like, sure, we'll be your roommate. And so all the 3 of them, they're great guys, but one of them, I had to learn so much. I've learned so much, from him, and I love him to death. He you might know who I'm talking about, but I love him to death. But sometimes he'll do things that I'm like, come on, dog, like better than that. And this is typical roommate issues, right? And so my cleanliness and their cleanliness are 2 different like spectrums. What I consider clean and what they consider clean are like way different, and that's fine. But it's fine up until it's a shared space. I would call it a shared space. So a living room is a shared space. A kitchen is a shared space. And so during that time, I'd be like, I don't care what your room looks like. It can be a pigsty in there, and I don't care, But like the living room, like people walk in, like that's, we have people over all the time at the time. And so I was like, it's got to be clean. Like you walk in, kitchen's got to be clean, and at least the living room's got to be clean.
I have to ask, did you share a room with this person?
No, my other roommate did.
Okay.
Suffered.
Okay.
I hope he's doing well. My other roommate, Kay. But for sure, one time I was making eggs, like boiled eggs. I was practicing for a restaurant that I was working at. And while I'm making these boiled eggs, he comes out and he's like, and he works at the same restaurant I do, right? And he's like, "Oh, you're practicing, DJ?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm practicing, just in case I have to make them myself." And so he's like, "Yeah, okay, sounds good." He leaves. I finish making them. I crack the boiled eggs open, and they're in Japanese it's called onsen tamago, so it's like half boiled eggs.
Okay, like a soft boiled egg.
Yeah, soft boiled egg.
Gotcha.
And so I crack them. I put them all on the plate, and then I cut one in half, to see what it's like. And then my roommate, he comes out and he's like, "Oh, they look good," because I just cut it in half. And he's like, can I eat one? And I'm like, sure. So I put some salt on it, and it's all on one plate. It's all on one plate.
Don't tell me this mate ate all of it.
No, even worse. Even worse, dude. He might as well have eaten all of it, because he picks up the whole plate.
Sure.
And then he scoops that one half piece into his mouth like this. Instead of picking it up and eating it, he like, and then when he does that, like he like did it too much, like sucked in too much, and so he started coughing on everything. He's like, and I'm like,
I was gonna eat that.
Just keep, like, throw it away or keep the rest. Eat the rest, because you just coughed all over. Common sense would have told you to pick it up and eat it, but I was just like, you know what? Just have the rest. Why did I have a feeling that something like this would happen with you? And it did, but whatever. But like I said, this roommate, I have countless stories. Like I have a whole documentary for this guy, like when it comes to like what he did with us and what I learned from living with him. But like I said, I love him, and he's doing great right now in life. But that was one story that's kind of small, but like I said, there's like so many things. Like if I just told you that, like that's one thing that he did. Imagine all the other stuff that he's done. Like sometimes I'll walk in and all the cabinets are open. I'm like, bro, was there like an exorcism in here? Because all the doors are open. Like why didn't you close all the doors? But yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I'll tell you one more story. So there was an instance where it was me and Leviction, and then our other roommates, 2 other roommates. We went out to go eat at one of our famous eating spots. It was like a Korean fried chicken place, and this place was like cheap beer, cheap food. Like it can feed everybody for like $20 each, and it's like a well of beer. And so we went there, and when we were going there, one of our friends, like they had like took in, like an edible, and so like it was like a very strong edible, and so we're at the place and we're chilling, we're eating, and he like, as we're eating, like, his eyes start to get red, and we're like, are you all right, dog? And he's like, yeah, I'm all right. And his leg is like shaking, bro. Like he's about to, like he's revving up or something. and as he's shaking, I'm like, bro, you shaking the table? Are you okay? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm doing fine. I just need to get my thoughts together. And I'm like, what are you thinking so hard on, And he's just like, I just can't focus. And I'm like, well, of course, because you ate the edible. And so he gets up, like we finish eating. He gets up. He goes to the restroom, and then we just continue talking. 10 minutes later, like we're like, where did he go? And we know like it's a single stall restroom, and we're like the only people in this restaurant, And so I get up and I go to the restroom, and I just see him like he's like he's like pacing around like in the restroom. He's like Devante, I can't end like this. My career can't end like this. My college career, it just cannot end like this. And he's just pacing around, and he keeps on saying that. And I'm like, bro. And I stop him. And I'm like, bro, you okay? And then he like looks at me, and his eyes are like, it's red as the devil's dick. Like I was like, bro, are you good? And he's like, no, bro, I can't end like this. And then he goes to the toilet, and he's like hunched over like this. And I have a picture of it, but yeah, he's like hunched over like this. But he doesn't like upchuck or anything, but yeah. I was just like, bro, I'll get you some water.
What a weird like reaction to like edibles, because I feel like edibles, you feel like you're more of like it's like more of like a downer, like you feel more
he
mellow.
Was going ham, like he that man was pacing, like he really thought
sure it was an edible. Was it something more, man?
I don't know what he ate, and then at the end, like he finally came down off of it, and then we finally got back to the apartment, and we're walking up the stairs, and I took a picture, and that picture looks like we just got out of a war zone. Like all of our faces are like dead tired, yeah. Like we just went through the roughest day of our lives, and and especially him, he's like trying to smile a little bit, and you could just tell like everything was just off about that picture. But that was an instance where we're just like, bro, you'll never live this one down.
Oh man, I think when I took like I don't think when I smoked for the very first time, apparently I was just like stone cold silent the entire time, and I thought I was being normal, but because I'm a quiet person, you know when you talk to me, especially I'm in a different scenario, different surroundings, I'm relatively quiet and reserved. What I thought I was being normal quiet, apparently I was just like stone dead silence for like 10 straight minutes, not saying a word, just like looking straight ahead.
No.
And then we were trying to be chill about it, because we all went out we were starting to feel hungry, so we all went out to like the food trucks right across the street from this guy's apartment, and we're all like, all right, we just gotta be chill, just walk up to the counter, order food, be chill. I thought I was being chill, but apparently I was just like not blinking. I was just like staring straight, and I was like, yeah, I thought you would see, Anthony, you feel like a robot. You need to do like relax a bit more.
So audience, you don't understand how funny this is, because I've never seen Anthony high, and so
we never had the chance to.
So this is like new to me,
Well, that's the thing. Like in college, when you in high school, you would consider me like very lawful good. I kind of followed the rules. Yeah. I was clean and narrow. I hated being a problem. I try not to break the rules. I like just being a good person. In college, I started to act out a little bit more. So like I would, I started, I drank when I was really not supposed to. Good? Yeah, a little chaotic. I feel like I moved from lawful good to more like a neutral good, where like I'm generally a good person, but like I want to try, I want to live my life a little bit. I don't have anyone watching over me, and I live in my own place. Eventually I got my own car. So I was living independently.
Yeah.
There was one time I actually got kicked out of a club
Oh,
because so we were there for like I think
you getting kicked out of a club?
Yeah, I got kicked out of a club.
I can't believe it.
Well, once I tell you why, you'll say, okay, that kind of makes sense. So we were there for a fraternity formal, and I brought a date who was underage, and I was 21 at the time. And then so we went in, and I went to get a drink, and I gave my drink to my date. Like I think either the bartender or the bouncer caught me. And he was like, "You can't do that. You have to leave now." And so they kicked us both out of the club. I was like, "Oh no!"
Okay,
see, it's a little better.
Okay. I thought it was something else.
No,
like
no,
you
no,
started
no.
a fight.
No, I could never
like,
start a fight like that.
That man really chaotic.
Yeah. But I started listening to EDM music as well. So I started listening to EDM. I started going to all the raves and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man. I did not. Well.
You know, I love like at a rave here.
Yeah, I didn't think that was something like I just never pictured you. You know, the same way that I would never join a fraternity. Like I just never pictured you doing like EDM and stuff like that.
No,
I mean now I can see it, but
I'm according to my friend, I'm what they call a rave daddy. And I was asking you, what do you think a rave daddy is? Off the charts.
A rave daddy? Yeah. That can go one of two ways.
Okay,
so
give me both ways.
So the first way that I would think about it, because it's you, is someone who takes care of a person at a rave.
Okay.
That's like a rave daddy. Or you can take it the complete opposite way, and you're the one getting all the girls, rizzing them up, you know?
Definitely the former. I'm the kind of guy who will go to a rave, but I would spend more time making sure that whoever I went with was also either having a good time or is safe. Because when you go to raves, a lot of times you end up taking some sort of like hallucinogenic just to enhance the experience. And for me, I did not enjoy it. I was like, this is not really like, I love going to raves. I love hearing like the beats, the lights, and all the atmosphere. But I did not like taking any hallucinogenics or any like mind altering, drugs. So I'd go
in a setting like that, or at least I feel like for us, like in a setting like that, like maybe if it's just us, okay, but like in public, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, like you're not taking some so that you're, lying on the ground, like having like a trip or like that. You go there to enhance like the visual experience,
right? Like,
yeah. So you go there, you have like an experience.
Some people do acid at
trip
EDM
acid,
festivals,
like Molly, any kind of like LSD, something to really enhance the experience. And so my friends would take that, and it would be my job to make sure that they're okay. And so there was one night where I literally lost someone that for the night. We went in, and in hindsight, I'm not surprised she got lost. We got to the venue, and she was like, "My phone is broken. I don't have my phone with me." She was like, "Anthony, make sure I stay next to this person." And I was like, "Cool. I'm not gonna watch you all the time. I have my own thing to do." But you have a buddy system. Cool.
Right.
Perfect. Your buddy has a phone. Perfect. So I said, hey, I'll find y'all when I need to. If you need anything, just text me. I'll probably be vibing somewhere else. And so we were listening to music. I think at 1 a.m, I went to say, hey, time for us to head out. Time for me to collect all my little rave babies. And I got to the person, and I was like, the person who has the phone, like, hey, where's so and so? And she's like, I don't know. She went up to the front, and I lost her. I was like, you lost a person who doesn't have a phone.
Oh,
and I was
my
like,
gosh.
Okay, we gotta go find.
Wait, was that person on the enhancements?
I think they both were.
Oh, no. And I guess you put two people enhancements together.
Yeah, in hindsight, that might have been a bad decision. But at the time, because like I don't mind taking care of people, but like I don't want to waste a night taking care of someone.
Right, you want to have fun too.
Exactly. Right. And so we spent like 30 minutes trying to find her. Like the whole venue cleared out, and we're still trying to find this person.
Oh snap! Like
she was like gone for a long time. So we were kind of worried, and I was like, okay. We should let's go check inside the venue. We asked like the security, hey, is there anyone in the restroom? They walked like no one's in the restroom. We walked around the perimeter of the venue, and raves, they happen not in like a well-populated area. They usually happen kind of out, and not like the outskirts, but they happen like warehouses. They happen
in the middle
like
of nowhere.
Convention centers that are like kind of quiet. So we were literally just like walked the entire like area looking for this one person. She could not be found at all. And so we're also in a panic now. We're like, okay, do we need to like call the cops? So okay, as we were walking back to our cars that were parked maybe like half a mile away, we're like, okay, we're in a parking garage. We'll just like walk up the parking garage, see if anyone's there. And as we're walking, a car pulls up next to us, and it's her and some guy. And I was like, what the heck?
That's so sketch.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, yeah, so you're like, what the heck? She's like, oh, there you guys are. We were looking for you. And I was like, no, I was looking for you.
Yeah, you're the one without the phone.
Yeah, I was looking for you. I was trying to find, and so like, we got her home. We were talking. She's like, yeah, I went to the front. I met some guy. He was really cute. We went to make out. And I went to his car. And now we're back to, and we were done. I was like, oh, I should probably go find my friends. So the guy offered to like drive me around because it's dark outside until I found my friends. And I was like, yeah, but I wish you told one of us first so that we knew you're okay, or like I don't figure a new system out.
You need to put in their pockets like a if found, please return.
Or you write it on their arm. Yeah,
write it on their arm. Please call this number. There you go. There you got a system for next time.
No, I think my rave days are going to be behind me. We saw Kygo at my bachelor party, which was really good because I haven't seen him in a while.
It was actually really nice.
Yeah,
it was pretty dope to hear him.
So Kygo's great. It's because I think one of my first rave festivals I went to, Kygo performed, and then also I saw Zed, and so I always have like in Deadmau5. I always have like whenever I see them and hear them, I always takes me back to like some of my college rave days. But then I listen, and then but like I don't think I could have the energy to do a rave anymore. Not saying I'm old, but like the vibe is different. Everyone I go there, they're like 18, they're like 16, they're like they're more college. I'm like, now. Yeah. I don't think I should be, one, I should not be taking any more, illegal substance. And two, I was like, this is maybe not my vibe anymore. Maybe I'm just old.
Well, I wanted to ask, we'll have many more college or college party stories later, but probably like at a different time. But I wanted to ask, what brought us back together? Ooh. Like what was it that was like, hey, let's hang out again after college? Like I'm really trying to remember. I don't know what it was.
I think it's just that we just kept in touch all throughout college, because like I had some high school friends that like once we graduated high school, I never talked to them again, and so we kind of drifted apart, which is a natural thing. But for like you, me, we Alex,
drifted back together.
Yeah, we drifted back together.
That's the part that. What was it like? Why was it just we were just like let's just hang out again? Or
I think so. I mean, what
was the moment? I guess.
I think it was probably sometime during sophomore year when we all cemented our friendship. Because like, when I started dating Michelle, like I introduced her to you.
That's right. Yeah.
And so like, I feel like after sophomore year is when we like, we are a lifelong friendship that even, we'll keep each other updated for all of our things happening in our lives.
That's probably what it was. Actually, you're right. That's what it was. It was whenever I met both y'all's wives. Yeah, when I saw you and you wanted me to meet her, at the mall.
It just felt like normal. We still hang out whenever I come back to DFW, like from Austin that sophomore year. We still met up, played Yu-Gi-Oh. Like even in college, we were still playing it. We were over whenever we came back from college, we'd all just hang out at Alex's parents' place the entire time. That's true. So I think because we kept up with that, we made decisions. It felt normal. It felt normal. Whenever I came back to Dallas, I was like, oh, if Devante's free, I should probably hit him up and say, hey, do you want to hang out? And Alec was in Lubbock with Texas Tech, but I tried to make an effort to go see him for his 21st birthday. And so I think these small things that just that we did kind of kept us like our friendship together.
So. Yes. For the record, Alex, if I had a car, I would have showed up. I just didn't have a car that would bring me all the way to Lubbock, dog.
See, I feel like it's part of my fault. I could have stopped by for like a pit stop, because like Austin to Lubbock is 6 hours straight. If Austin to DFW is about 3 hours. DFW to Lubbock is like 4 hours, right? 4 or 5 hours.
Man, that's a whole hassle though.
Yeah, I could have. In hindsight, I should have got up to you to DFW, picked you up, and then taken all of us to Lubbock.
It's all right. It's already happened, but he knows I would have been there if I had the vehicle, because my vehicle was only getting me from point A to point B, and there is nowhere else I'd be able to go.
I mean, you only came to Austin because your friend was already on coming to Austin.
Exactly. So there's no other way, man. But now I'm showing up to every birthday party, so it's all good.
I'm trying to think, and then we stayed friends past college, now into our young adult lives. We saw each other get married. We went to each other's bachelor party.
I know, we've seen each other live life.
Yeah, we've maintained such a huge long aspect of our friendship.
The really important part. But yeah, our friendship has been solidified. We've been to, like you said, each other's wedding. We've been to each other's homes.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're gonna be in each other's, when we have kids, we're gonna try to get our kids to hang out.
Yeah, we'll be uncles. I'll be Unc. They won't say DJ. They'll be like
Uncle DJ,
and I'll be like, "What's up?"
I don't think my kid is gonna say Unc.
I'll be like, "What's up, Unc?" I'll be like, "What's up, man?"
You're asking a lot from my kid. That's gonna happen.
You're gonna be like, Mr. Johnson. I'll be like, "That's my father." Just call me Uncle Devante.
Oh, there's a photo that we need to share with our listeners, our viewers on social media. Remember if we went to Akon for the first time? There's a picture with me with some cosplayers from Kill la Kill.
Hey, that photo is priceless.
That photo is great. We got to find it and post it. Yeah, I'm giving you full permission to post it. That's
man, that's gonna be. I'm gonna make that the cover photo.
You should. It should. Yeah, because
the thumbnail.
That's you took me to my first anime convention.
Definitely. That was a fun convention though. That was when was that the first time you met Walkner?
Yeah, that's when I met Walkner for the first time. Was Alex there too?
Yep, Alex was there too.
The three of us, and then that's right.
And Jay, I don't know if JT. Yeah, JT was there too.
I think so.
Yep, all of us. Yep. That was the first time that was the first time we rented a hotel and drove from back and forth, and it was a whole experience. We even went to the rave the second night.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Who has the video of me dancing? Is it you or Alex?
It's probably me.
Probably you.
Probably have it. It was a good night. That was a good night. When Anthony starts dancing, it's a good night.
For all my listeners out there, apparently I am a terrible dancer, even worse when I'm drunk. So, but it's a good time if I'm dancing. I'm having a good time if I'm dancing. Let's make that 100% clear.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a good time when Anthony's dancing. It's a good night.
I have iconic moves. I don't know if iconic. I guess infamous moves.
Yeah, he does. He's got his own little.
In that moment, I thought I looked cool. Looking back at the video, I did not look cool.
Hey, when you're drunk and dancing, everything looks cool, man. Everything sounds like a bop.
Everything sounds like a bop, and that's when I started, I think that moment was when I fell in love with raving.
Yeah,
carried that through all college. Cash, lights all night, voodoo, all those fun things.
Well, as we come to a close on this, I wanted to bring out some announcements for our audience, especially for our Twitch audience. And Anthony, if I miss anything, please jump in. So for our Twitch audience, this will sadly be our last stream on Twitch, our last live stream on Twitch, unless it's a game night or we just have a one-off, which we'll let you know in advance. We'll be switching to a podcast style where we'll be releasing, instead of having a live on Thursday nights and then releasing on Tuesdays, we'll probably just go not having the lives and then just releasing a video on either Tuesdays or Thursdays. We haven't figured that out yet, but we'll for sure be posting when it happens. But we will be continuing after our NOLA trip, which is next week. And so our NOLA trip will consist of a special guest host, which you guys will be able to see when we're on our live there, because make sure you follow us on Insta. We'll put the Insta up, and for future Discord, because that's where we'll always be, just as we are on right now. So join our Discord, follow us on Insta and YouTube.
Yeah, we'll still be doing these live recordings, but they'll probably happen on Discord. There'll be more ad hoc. We'll give people maybe like a week or so heads up, but it's just better schedule, because I don't know about you, Devante. 8 a.m.s on Thursdays are starting, not to take up, but like I'm going to a concert on Thursdays these days. And so
Wait, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m.
I was like, dang, bro, we're starting early.
But yeah, we'll still do live sessions on Discord. So if you're not a member yet, join our Discord community, engage with us. We'll be able to do these live recordings. It'll be chiller. It'll be less formal. We'll figure out a good system to have these live sessions with our fans of our recordings. YouTube will have our videos, and then Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, you'll still find us. So we're not going away. We're just not doing Twitch.
We're just ending season 1 of Dude You Never Told Me. And you'll catch us on season 2, probably either here at the end of this month or into the beginning of next month, November.
Yeah, we want to make our show better. So we're going to take some time, improve what we got, and hopefully come back with more Dude You Never Told Me moments.
Definitely. And look forward, like I said, stay with us on our socials, because we'll be posting a lot of our event on our socials, especially Instagram. That's the main one that we use. Hopefully we'll have some clips promoting our NOLA trip, and then our interview with our special guest host.
I want to give a special shout out to JT for designing our background, and even for all the journeys we had. I honestly can't imagine high school without hanging out with him. Give a shout out to Leviction. You were a star in one of our stories, and you're a star every single time we do this show, because your music is phenomenal.
Yes, definitely is. Well, thank you. I know that Alex wasn't here, but he had some emergencies to go handle. But other than that, thank you all for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Dude, you never told me.